Jason, each year there are 300,000 sports-related concussions. That's according to the Center of Disease Control and Prevention. Amber Egan has been one of those statistics more than once.
I'd never gotten one before, and I didn't know how bad it was. I hear about concussions, but you never really know what it's like until you go through it.
After her third concussion, Amber Egan's basketball career may be over.
I'd really like to go out and play again. Honestly, I'm scared.
The McClay sophomore sustained each of them throughout the past 2 years. Amber, you said you were going to stop playing basketball after your third concussion. Why not stop playing after your first?
I guess I thought that it wouldn't happen to me again. Basketball is something I love. Everyone in my family loves it.
Dr. Jacob Van Landingham is a professor at Florida State. He studied brain injuries for 16 years.
I think our biggest concern is really in our youth, and the reason is it's just like your bones don't stop growing till you're 18. The brain actually doesn't stop developing until the early 20s.
Van Landingham says multiple concussions can lead to problems with memory, cognition, and attention, among other effects.
It's not a guarantee that that's going to happen. I don't want to scare anybody. I mean, our whole goal is to make players safer and to develop a treatment that can reduce the chances of having these negative outcomes.
Egan hasn't given up sports completely. She still competes on her school's varsity softball team. And when she's in the field, Egan can't always protect herself, but she is more aware.
I never should have gone back in that game. I had a second one, so I think just being more cautious about him in general would help.
And tomorrow night at 6, we'll take a look at what's being done to prevent concussions in our area. Jason, Leon County is one of the only counties in Florida to use this, the impact testing tool on high school athletes. It's a computerized system that helps determine whether an individual can return to play. But will there ever be a way to prevent concussions?
Let's go. Well, let's get in the game, see what it does, and, if it hurts.
Kurt Zimmerman treats hundreds of athletes each year as McClay's athletic trainer. This is his 7th year at the school, but he only started learning about concussions 4 years ago. When you're watching the field, is it easy to detect a concussion when it happens?
Not really. Sometimes somebody gets hit in the body, and you can get hit. You can get a concussion by being hit in the body. So it's very, very tough to tell without talking to the athlete.
Zimmerman says he's had about 5 athletes with concussions this past year, more than usual.
I think it's my responsibility to recognize if a kid is concussed and communicate that with the coach and hold them out.
Dr. Jacob Van Landingham studies brain injuries at Florida State's College of Medicine.
Once someone is released to play, that individual is considered to be brain to be safe, to be healed, and all of these things. And I think currently we're developing more diagnostics to make sure that we've got that call right.
In reverse order.
Researchers at FSU's Human Performance Lab use a 3-step aerobic process. It involves memory retention on a treadmill, a bike, and a balancing device. This helps determine the severity of a player's concussion.
They're no longer dizzy, their balance is stable, they're psychologically performing at the intellectual stage that they were prior to the injury, then we feel as though that brain has recovered and now it's safe to go back in.
Zimmerman has switched over to a computer-based system to identify symptoms in his athletes. But Van Landingham says there may never be a permanent solution.
Look for drugs that could potentially be prophylactic, preventative, but not equipment. It won't ever completely stop concussions.
And right now, Van Landingham is developing a nasal gel that will hopefully reduce post-concussive symptoms.